baseball fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook Postgame Show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Well, it is not quite a final from American Family Field. The Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show to come. It's on the way here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. It's Tim Allen, Aaron Morse, as the Brewers play in the top of the eighth inning. There's a runner aboard as Ashby's on the hill in a 1-0 game. Marlins up 1-0 on a Stuart Ruiz solo home run. Aaron Morse, is there a fantastic finish in these guys? That sixth inning was brutal.
Oh, it feels like there should be, right? It feels like this team can do it, but it also feels like one of those games where you say, Stuart Ruiz solo homer is it, huh?
Oh, just that's it so far. And the Brewers just 2 hits in the game. That's an Andrew Vaughn infield single and a Sanchez 2-out base hit just a little while ago in the bottom of that 7th inning. But Cooper Pratt, pinch running for Sanchez, was thrown out trying to steal with Luis Lara up, who was in a pinch hitting appearance. So you had wheels turning, chess match going on. And we'll see what happens here. Brewers a couple of cracks at it. It'll be the bottom of the 8th, bottom of the 9th, or maybe they don't even get to the bottom of the 9th. How about a couple of runs in the 8th inning?
Then we can get an Aaron Ashby win because he's on the mound right now.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
We need another one. To be on pace for 20, we need another one soon.
Yeah, it has to happen soon.
Yep.
I agree. 1 out, 1 on. And the Marlins, wow. I'll tell you this, Aaron. I have not seen a more aggressive first inning that I can recall. Now, there's been some aggressive innings against Brewer pitching, but this one was off the charts. Did you realize in that first inning off Gasser, by the way, Gasser, a decent performance today, 5 innings, 3 hits and a run, struck out 5, no walks. That was big. But in that first inning against Gasser, there's a base hit, first and second for the Marlins with just the 1 out. You got to hold it right here. Come on, guys. Give yourself a much better chance. There were 17 pitches thrown by Robert Gasser in that first inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
So 17 is a little bit up there for a 1-2-3 frame. The Marlins hitters swung at 13 of those pitches.
They swung at all 13 strikes in the inning.
13 pitches between swing and misses and foul balls. I have not seen that. And I've been doing this a long time with regards to Brewers baseball. It may have happened. I'm not saying it hasn't. But in tracking this, 13 of the 17 pitches, you had Marlins hitters swinging. I'll fast forward one more hitter. There's a ground ball. Runners do move over.
Well, that's a tough play. That was a
nice
far
play.
Underhand flip. Yeah.
Yeah, nice play there. Ashby going over to make the play. So second and third, 2 down. That is huge. It's the tipping point moment in this game right now. So you fast forward to the first batter in the second inning when that out was recorded. 22 pitches, 16 swings. I mean, I haven't, again, you want to talk about ambush or on the attack or being aggressive, that one takes the prize. 16 of 22 pitches swinging. And I think the Marlins want things to snowball. And part of that, Aaron, I do believe if you go back to Gasser's last start, which was in Pittsburgh prior to the break.
Yep.
You may recall that Pittsburgh jumped all over Gasser. They were ultra aggressive as well. So that may have been from the intel that the Marlins hitting department got. But they're in this game, and Gasser pitched well. That's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned. If he did that every single time out, you would be
Yeah.
you wouldn't really ask for much more than that.
You would take it. All right, so an 0-1 count now. Second and third. I mean, really, why is it that Ashby is pitching around trouble almost every time he's out there?
I think it's because he can't control his pitches. I think it's because
and there's a bunt.
I think it's because
foul.
his pitches are so nasty. They've moved so much that he just can't control them well enough. That he's so wild. Like if he's out of the zone, it's by a ton because he can't control it. If he's in the zone, it's by a ton because he can't control it because they move so much.
Take a look at Ashby coming into this game. What is his whip?
It's getting up there.
That's
his last few
probably the metric to take a look at.
143.
Yeah, see, I mean, high leverage that he's in. That number right there is proof to me. Up there's Ortiz and threw him out. There you go. That's a big out right there. There you go. Can you steal this one? Steal it. Go on, get it. Come on now, get.
To your point on Ashby, I was just looking at his game log. So today, 2 runners in 1 inning. So that's 1.43 whip is going to go up against Pittsburgh. 3 runners in 1 inning against St. Louis. 2 runners in an inning. St. Louis, 2 runners in an inning against the Diamondbacks. 2 runners, 3 runners in a third of an inning.
It's always trouble. Aaron.
Yeah.
Now, has he performed and buckled down a little bit and gotten out of some of those things? Absolutely, he has. But my goodness.
The last time he pitched and didn't allow a base runner was June 23rd.
That is a great stat.
There's been a walker hit in every other appearance.
Now, I mean, the real key is what would be his ERA since that start or since that appearance. Now, that one's tough to track.
Well, in July, it's 5.4, and it went up 0.2 in his 3 appearances at the end of June. So, I don't know how to –
so it's
I'd
messy.
have to do more math to figure, but it's probably
messy.
Close to 6.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and so that is proof right there, Brewer fans. They need a high leverage arm out in that bullpen. They have to, if they're going to win a World Series or get to a World Series, they have to have the high leverage arm back there, because as much as Pat Murphy makes pitching changes, Ashby is just the one that needs to be put back in his role. Him and Chad Patrick should share the 5th, 6th, and depending on workload, 7th.
Yeah.
So set it up as 5th and 6th. If you have to go to it, and a lot of times in the postseason you do, you'd have a 5th and 6th soaked up by Patrick and Ashby, and then your 3 high leverage in the back end. Abner, Uribe, McGill, and then your acquisition. Just saying, guys. I did not realize it was 1.4. I would have guessed 1.3, but a 1.4 whip, folks, that ain't good.
Yeah, that's like low leverage reliever numbers.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Indeed. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Brewers batting in the bottom of the 8th inning. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show on the way once this thing goes final. And we'll walk you through this thing. There's Aaron Morse, Tim Allen. It's Sunday afternoon. Brewers going after a sweep, and they got a shot at this thing. We're here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Stick around. Okay, we're back as the game moves into the ninth inning. And still the Brewers down 1-0. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show is on the way as soon as this one goes final. We're here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Aaron Morse today. I would say a Sunday lineup, but that has a negative connotation, Aaron.
Yes.
It just does.
Yes.
So I won't call it the Sunday lineup today.
Marlins kind of went with one. Otto Lopez isn't in the lineup.
Yeah.
And he's their all-star, so they kind of went with one.
May have been because of that finger or hand
Maybe,
sort of thing.
yeah.
He had a couple of errors in yesterday's ball game. But the Brewers, one more crack at it, and someone's got to hold the fort here. I didn't catch who was coming in to pitch. They might stay with Ashby.
Maybe.
Not
I
to
would say
burn.
they've got Grant Anderson, Lance McCullers, and Bryce Wilson hanging out in the pen that are available. I'm guessing McGill and Uribe are down.
They are down?
I'm guessing. I mean, they both pitched Friday, Saturday, right?
Yeah. I would think it's going to stay with Ashby, depending on matchups here. If there's some lefties here coming up, they might force the hand.
I mean, if Ashby pitches this inning, he might be down tomorrow, where if he doesn't pitch this inning, he's probably available tomorrow.
Could be. But, I mean, you can be a little aggressive here with your pen.
In a 1-0 game.
And you have Mizorowski.
Yeah.
You have Miz going tomorrow. That had changed this morning. So Mizorowski against Freddie Peralta tomorrow. That is interesting. And according to Hector Gomez over the weekend, Brewers, one of the front runners to reacquire Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, he said that they are the front runner. With the Rays as one of the teams. I can't remember the other team that was interested. Maybe the Astros. Rays and Astros were maybe the other teams.
I mean, I would take a flyer on Peralta, but as always, Aaron, it comes down to cost. What does it cost you?
Yep.
And that's really what it comes down to. And there's a fly ball.
Oh, boy. Nope, not enough.
He's got it. There you go. There's one out top of the ninth inning.
So they're going with Grant Anderson.
Ulysses S. Grant Anderson in the ball game. So there's one out in the ninth, and maybe there's a walk-off steal of this third and final game. But steal it at the end here. So we'll see. But Grant's got to hold the fort here.
Did you hear what Mizorowski said about Freddie Peralta facing him tomorrow and just having him back and facing him? Did you hear that at all?
Let's play it.
I don't have the actual. I couldn't find him actually, but I have the quote if you want.
Go ahead.
He says, quote, "That'll be fun. I want the best for Freddie. He's an awesome guy. I love Freddie, but he's on the other team, so you've got to kick his ass. That's my job."
You just love that.
Yep.
That's the way it should be.
I don't know if last year, if Mizorowski would have added but we have to kick his ass part, I feel like maybe this year he's growing a little bit in his confidence and, how
Sure.
I don't know if he would have said that last year if, say, Peralta was facing him.
4 pitches and 2 outs now recorded by Grant Anderson. But that's the way you want it. I mean, we all have friends around the dial, or I do. I don't want to speak for everyone else in the radio, but I've worked with a lot of my now competitors. Same deal. Love them, wish them the best, but I want to kick their tail too in the ratings race.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean, and they get it. We get it. I get it. But yeah, that should be a fun game tomorrow. Does Freddie Peralta throw like a 31-pitch 1-2-3 inning in the first tomorrow? Because that's what we're used to.
5-inning Freddie tomorrow?
First inning Freddie with pitch count high Freddie. I mean, there's a lot of names in there. So we'll see. But the business to finish up in this game here as we're in the ninth inning. And there's a strikeout.
There you go. 1, 2, 3
All right,
for
so we
Ulysses.
head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Is there a finish in the Brewers? We're going to find out. They're down 1-0. They only have 2 hits in the ball game. but they're at 2, 3, 4 in the order. That's a good thing if you're going to line this thing up. Yelich cleared on this may shock you folks, a 4-3 ground out from Yelly in the 8th inning. Well, maybe we'll get into that a little bit later on once the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show gets rolling here. But I know a lot of people getting a little frustrated. I'm not so much with Yelich quite yet, and it's just not happening. You have to go with him. Now, we can debate leadoff spot where he should hit. But if this were any other player doing what he's doing right now, clearly this would be a platoon situation.
Yeah. Or probably.
And Yelly would go against right-handers, although he's done pretty well against lefties throughout his career. But when you say throughout his career, that doesn't mean that's the same type of player you have right now. So we have to be careful when we go there. But I do think it's worth the leadership. I think it proves to other players that you can still be as productive as you can while slumping, because that's what he is. I mean, he's slumping a little bit here, without a doubt. But he can still be that leader on and off the field. Doesn't have to be necessarily by example at this point in his career. I still think there's a run in him. I do, and a good run. Maybe not 18-19, MVP type run. And the home run ball, I don't know where that went, but it seems like we feel a little bit better about Joey Ortiz finding one than we do Christian Yelich finding one. All right, so the Brewers coming up here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Yelich homered in the loss to Arizona on the 4th of July, and then June 17th. Those were his
2 home runs since June 17th. And he literally plays every day.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is tough.
Yeah, I don't think he's cooked. I don't think he's done.
No.
I just think his rough stretches are just going to be a little bit longer than we're used to now, as his career progresses.
Yeah, I wonder if there's I'm sure there is some tinkering with timing and toe tap or leg kick, whatever he's doing there, hand position. He's definitely fighting it. Now, he did have the big 2-run double in the 7th yesterday.
Yeah, he's definitely coming up with some hits here. It's just not consistent enough right now.
No,
but
it's not.
It's just a rough stretch, I think.
Not consistent really at all. And nor has the Brewers offense been when it comes time to scoring opportunities. That 6th inning, we talk about painful the last couple of months. There it was. There you base
go.
hit. There you go, Jackson. Base hit to lead it off. Come on, somebody walk this off and take this one. Walk this off and steal it. Boom. Come on now. And Fairbanks not having a good go of it. All right, we'll take a break. And hopefully when we come back, it'll be the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show.
Hopefully.
Bryce Terang walked this thing off. Come on, baby. Come on, Deucey. Come on, number 2. Hit a 2-run homer for number 2, playing second base. Come on, Bryce. All right, hopefully the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show is underway with the Brewers walk-off win. Could it happen? It might. We're here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. A 2-0 count now on number 2. Come on, Bryce. We're going to hang in here all the way to the end of this break, into this break here. Come on, Bryce. Oh, we got to send it back to your local stations. We'll be back on the other side.
baseball fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Another 1-2 pitch. Fly ball left center. It is back. It is gone. Say goodnight, Wild Bill.
My goodness, it is a final from American Family Field, the game and the series, and those results are good. Welcome in, everybody. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, and alongside today, Aaron Morse, as the Brewers walk off the Marlins and sweep them out of the All-Star break. Win number 62, and we're going to get your reaction there. You heard it. Jeff Levering on Brewers TV. Held off the board until the bottom of the ninth inning. Aaron, wow.
The only thing that could have been better is if everyone could have heard us screaming because we just went on the air when
oh, man.
You could have waited another minute, but that's all right.
Yeah, I would have had to hit the beat button a lot there during that commercial break because we had been on here for about a half hour. On the network stations, and but we're going to stay a little bit later tonight. You've got an hour and a half here, myself and Aaron Morris, to take your calls on the Nicolay Law Talk and Text line at 414-677-1250. They get the win, and they sweep the Marlins. Now, I'm wondering if this is the biggest win of the year. A lot of people thought that it was going to be the biggest win of the year yesterday from me. No. This might be, and I say might because I'm going to go to tomorrow's game. Once I heard Mizorowski was pitching in game one against the Mets tomorrow, by the way, against Freddie Peralta, unless he's traded, you never know. If Miz shoves tomorrow and the Brewers win that game tomorrow because of Mizorowski, and chances are they will, I'll retroactively go back and make this the biggest win of the year. And here's why. Because you get swept into the All-Star break by Pittsburgh. You just got all three of those games right back immediately. What have I been saying? Whenever you go on a little bit of a downslope, if you get them back immediately, it totally minimizes the damage. It doesn't linger. You just get it right back. And they did today. Well, you can do one better with a win tomorrow. So we'll see if that all makes sense. Robert Gasser today, he did well. And he did well going 5 innings, 3 hits, just 1 run allowed, no walks, and did strike out 5 in the performance. Chad Patrick going a couple of innings of work. And then it's Ashby into the game, into trouble, and out of trouble. And then Grant Anderson. That's high leverage, up 1-0 to hold it right there. 1-2-3 ninth, setting the table for the bottom of the ninth inning. You talk about emotions. Go back to the way you felt in the bottom of the 6th inning. Down 1-0, and you've got runners at second and third and nobody out. Oh, it doesn't get much more painful than that. That was painful. We've been using that word a lot, and we use it in when the Brewers have an outstanding scoring opportunity, and they either scratch 1 run or they get no runs, bases loaded, nobody out, and looking for the big inning now. Come on, let's go. And you scratch a run. In this case, second and third, nobody out. You didn't get anything. So you compare that to now starting the 9th inning with a couple of men aboard and nobody out, first and second. Andrew Vaughn, the baseball gods are going to owe you, Andrew Vaughn. That's all right. You got some bank. You do. The baseball gods going to pay you back for that 6th inning shot into a double play to end that inning. He struck out right there, and now you're thinking, "Oh, no, do it again. I don't want any more pain here. Don't give me more pain. We just went a painful sixth inning." But Wild Bill, we got to hear it again. We're going to get to your calls here. Nicolay Law Talk and text line at 414-677-1250. We need to hear it again from Brewers TV. Brewers win.
Another 1-2 pitch. Fly ball left center. It is back. It is gone. Say goodnight, Wild Bill.
Now that call may stick. Levering, great job on Brewers TV. Say goodnight, Wild Bill. Oh, we're going to remember this.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question.
Mm-hmm.
There's Aaron Morse, Tim Allen. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios as the Brewers get the 3-1 walk-off win to sweep the Miami Marlins. I'm going to go back to how aggressive the Marlins were, then I'll get to your phone calls. I noted this because I noticed early the Marlins were being aggressive against Robert Gasser. That could have been because of Gasser's last outing that was in Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh got pretty aggressive on the attack. You realize this, Gasser went 1-2-3 in that first inning. He threw 17 pitches. Now, I had not seen this before. I'm not saying it didn't happen against Brewers pitching. There's been ambush against Brewers pitching. You guys know that. Longtime listeners of me, that's one thing that bothers me a little bit. But Gasser threw 17 pitches in a 1-2-3 frame. That's a little high in 1-2-3. Here's why. 13 of those pitches were swung at. I had not seen that. 13 of 17? I'll go you one further. After he recorded the first out in the second inning, he had thrown 22 pitches, and 16 of those 22 were swinging by the Marlins. They wanted to jump all over him.
And couldn't, though.
No, Gasser didn't let it happen.
He was just enough sharper today than he was to end the first half against Pittsburgh, and that was the difference. His sweeper was moving a lot more, and so that little difference in control and just being a little more locked in was the difference between giving up 7 in 3 innings and giving up 1 over 5.
1 over 5, and then the bullpen took it from there. Unsung hero, Grant Anderson. Unsung hero, Chad Patrick in this one. There's no question, 2 scoreless out of Patrick. Aaron Ashby, a little blemish here, did allow some more traffic. And that is why, and we're going to be talking about this. You realize we're 2 weeks from the trade deadline right now.
Mm-hmm.
You thought, enough trade talk. No. There'll be more, and there should be more. Aaron Ashby you want to give him the good news on his whip? And those of you that aren't familiar with that metric, it's walks and hits per innings pitched. So on average, how many base runners do you have every single inning out there on average?
Now, they haven't upgraded or updated his numbers yet. It's still at 1.43, but he gave up 2 runners in an inning today. So that
going to
go up probably just shy of 1.5.
1.4 whip.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to make your head spin with a bunch of numbers, but a 1.4 whip, meaning how many on average base runners do you allow per inning? That ain't good, guys. That is why, and now I'll come full circle on the trade thing. That is why they need a high leverage arm in the back end of that bullpen. And nothing against Aaron Ashby in terms of, is he defined as high level or not? He's been doing a yeoman's job. He really has, and he's really worked a lot. We all know that, and we love Aaron Ashby. But imagine Ashby and Patrick to take care of 5th, 6th, and 7th, depending on where they're at with workload, depending on other opponents' lineup, et cetera, et cetera. Imagine that, to just alleviate the high leverage from Patrick and Ashby, turn it over to the high leverage lockdown guys of Abner, of McGill, in any order, and another high leverage. It's going to make all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. So we're gonna get to your reaction here. Nicolay Law Talk and text line at 414-677-1250. Wow. That's all I can say. How about Wild Bill? A 3-run walk-off to take the game and sweep the Marlins. And yes, there will be a Broom appearance on today's YouTube stream.
Let's go.
WI Sports Radio on YouTube. You can watch. The ex-wife did borrow me the broom today. Love it. All right, who's going to be first, Aaron?
Let's go to Uncle James. How about that?
What it do, Uncle James? How about this one?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, what it do? What an awesome freaking comeback. This is brilliant. I mean, how much fun was today? It improved our record to 10-7 on Sundays. Unfortunately, we only got 10 more Sundays left, so that's kind of a bummer. But, yeah, this was fun. What a fun game today.
Wow. Now, as those of you just tuning in, those of you coming out of American Family Field, we did go over that pretty painful 6th inning. But look at the pitching in this game, James. Look at the pitching in this game against a good Marlins offense. What did I tell you the other night, Friday night? What the Marlins do, they will flick. They just flick you fouls, and they'll just we got to be careful with that kind of alliteration. They will just foul you off and fight you and work your pitch count up and foul it again and foul it again and foul. It's like they know what's coming. I'm not saying Brewers pitchers are tipping, but it's like they know. This was about pitching in this game just to give yourself a chance. And again, young pitchers keeping the Brewers in it.
Well, honestly, I got to confess, I did work today, so I didn't pick up the game until the 7th inning. And by that time, I think we only had one hit. And I don't know a whole lot about baseball, but I don't think nobody's ever won a damn game if you don't score at least one run. Is that correct?
Right on. Yes. You can't win unless you score at least one run. Correct.
Okay, well, like I said, it was fun. This was a brilliant comeback victory. And actually, yesterday was fun, too. I was on the phone with another thing, Johnny. He was giving me the play-by-play, and then I was listening to it on the radio. So it was just fun as heck yesterday. And then today was he tops it off. But, Tim, I'm coming down again 2 weeks from Friday, so hopefully we can hook up.
Yes, hopefully we can, yes.
I'd really love to. Now, a couple of quick questions before you let me go. Tim, are you being difficult to work with this year? Because it seems to me Aaron Morse, Morse code, is like your 5th or 6th co-host. Is that correct for this season?
Who do you want as co-host, James? Since you guys, I know where you're going. Who do you want as co-host? You and your cohorts there. Who do you want?
Well, of course, everybody wants.
You want me to just give the show up? I'll just give it up to Sparky then. How does that sound? Does that sound good?
No,
I think all our listeners would love that. I'm not going to do this on the air. Got to go, James. 414-677-1250 as the Brewers get the walk-off victory. Jeez. Wow. I mean, come on. Oh, big shots out there. They're big shots. Look, everyone's welcome here. I don't care if it's a co-host or a caller. Everybody is welcomed here. I've said it for 21 years now. We're just here, gathered together. We are gathered together to talk some Brewers baseball. That's where we're at here. And whether that's Aaron Morse or Bill Schmidt or Steve Sparky Pfeiffer or Tommy Wirtz or you on the phone lines, I love it. I don't care. Okay. Now what do we do?
All right. You want to go to another caller?
Let's do it.
All right. We got Harley in the VA.
Harley, how about this one? Good night, Wild Bill.
I'll quote Timmy. Wow. What? A walk-off. Is there anything better in baseball than a walk-off?
Such a beautiful thing, isn't it? Wow.
And as you were talking about Tim and Aaron, the pitching. I mean, every single game, people forget that Gas is coming back from Tommy John, and he seems to get better every outing, don't you think?
Yeah, no, you're seeing the hope on Robert Gasser. I think he flew under the radar a little bit with a lot of Brewers fans projecting out, well, who's who's the rotation in the next 2 or 3 years? And you're thinking Henderson,
Right.
and then you're thinking, well, maybe Sproat, maybe Drone, for sure Harrison, Mizraus. Everyone kind of flew under the radar. Robert Gasser is pretty damn good. Now, and you're right. Coming off Tommy John, it does take a little time, but let him work his way through this. He's had some really good performances, barring that Pittsburgh performance. His last time prior to that, 7 2/3 of 2 runs. Then he hauls off here 5 of 1 run.
Yeah, especially today, I think, he's proven that that his comeback is on schedule. Just one more thing. Don't want to beat the death. Can we please move Yelich up to number 6? Come on. I mean, really, Murph, please.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
Well, I had to get it off my chest, Timmy and Aaron. I had to. I know this has been a topic of conversation ad nauseum, but that inside slider, he just can't hit anything. It's just embarrassing.
Well, he had a 2-run double yesterday. We'll take that, right?
Timmy, that was yesterday, and it was 1 hit. If you overlook the last month, it has been horrible. And just one more quick point. We lost, no matter what your politics are, we lost 3 young men yesterday in the war. So after the show, when you go to bed, say your prayers and God bless his country. Take care, guys. Love the show.
Well said, Harley. Well said. That's beautiful. I echo the sentiment. 414-677-1250, Nicolay Law Talking text line. A 62nd Brewers victory. You realize they came into play today. What did the Dodgers do today, Aaron? I haven't taken a look quite yet.
Yeah, I can try to find something.
They were at 62 coming into today's game. 62 wins. Brewers now at 62.
They play tonight, but they already won today. They had a doubleheader because they were postponed yesterday. So they won 8-2 over the Yankees, and they play tonight.
Yeah, they're 63. They're right there. And I remember last year talking about it at about the same time. Hey, let's not forget the 1 seed, man. Let's not forget about that 1 seed. What did that 1 seed do? That 1 seed eliminated you from wild card play. It eliminated you from playing a Game 5 NLDS on the road. There's something to play for here. Brewers just keep doing what they're doing. Hey, speaking of which, tomorrow morning, Aaron, you and I are going to be filling in on the morning show. A ton of Brewers conversation tomorrow.
Should we just stay on the air for the next 12 hours until our show in the morning?
I've done it. I'm not prepared to do it now, but I have done it. All right. You want to get one more in here?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's go to Dan in Toma.
Dan, how about this one? A 3-1 victory to walk off and sweep the Marlins.
Oh, man, I tell you, I was sitting here watching it with one of my boys and my grandson, and we were talking through the whole game. Geez, the Brewers' bats are dead. Bats are next, runners on second and third and don't score. And we were sitting in the ninth inning. I said, it ain't over till it's over. And sure as heck, that's just – you had great pitching.
Yeah, and that's why I said, Dan, in the open there, this – is as much about the pitching for the Brewers as it was
definitely
about the swing by Contreras.
Yes, it was. And like you said, that other caller, you don't win many games with no runs. Giving up 1 run, it was one bad mistake. Baseball's a game of failure. You can make one little mistake and bingo, you're behind.
Yep.
And it was a great game to watch. I just love it. So. Have a good day, guys.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Enjoy this one. As American Family Field pours out, it is tough on your voice when this happens a little bit.
Oh, we were screaming for like 30 seconds.
Oh, my goodness. Man, that was crazy. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Aaron Morse, a 3-1 Brewers victory to sweep the Miami Marlins. It was walk-off fashion by William Contreras, that 3-run home run, and the Brewers win game number 62 in that win column. We'll be back. I want to get your reaction here. Nicolay Law Talk and text line 414-677-1250. Stick around. Oh my goodness. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in July. A Brewers walk-off win, 3-1 your final. They win the game, and they sweep the Marlins. This is 3 straight. That constitutes a winning streak. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Tim Allen, Aaron Morse. And again, a reminder, Aaron and I filling in on the morning show, 6 a.m., bright and early tomorrow morning, go till 9, filling in for Josh and Aaron, although, Aaron, you're there.
Yep.
I'm filling in for Zabe at 8 as well. A lot of Brewers conversation and a little football talk thrown in there as well. So we'll get to that. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Let's go back to that Nicolay Law talk and text line. You guys, this has got to be just one of the bigger wins. Is this the biggest win of the year? Is it? Maybe.
It's getting close. What was the other one? We did a show together where you thought it was, I think.
Well,
maybe Philly series. Was that it?
Some of our listeners, some of our post gamers will say that so far, according to Tim, there's 62 biggest wins of the year. I mean, come on. James, you're going to be next here. What's going on, James?
Hey, guys. I don't know about the biggest win, but fun win. So I started watching the game in the 8th inning, and after Vaughn struck out in the 9th, Contreras came. I'm just giving you a little visual montage here.
Sure.
Contreras comes up, gets the first strike, and they show this little kid in the breakoff waving his. I'm probably 5, 6 years old, waving his towel, going crazy. Comes back, another strike, ball. Then he hits the one off the end of the bat. Looked like he almost got hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seemed like the pitcher, Fairbanks, was pitching inside and coming back out, and he fouled off the next one, and then bam. And what I want to say, like I said, the most fun game, after the game, Contreras hits the game winner, and they show, I was watching the post game, and they show Mitchell in there. So they were probably out of Gatorade or running out of Gatorade. He's taking water bottles to fill up the Gatorade container to dump on him.
Yeah, nice.
And then they break back to you know what? We got one of the best TV crews, Sophia Minert. Man, no translator needed. Contreras speaks to her, and he's done, and she says what he said, which is, I think, is just awesome. I don't think we talk about her enough. But anyway, and then all of a sudden you see Contreras tell Sophia, hey, watch out, they're coming to dump the stuff on me. He just stands there. And him and I think Uribe come and just pour it on him, and he lets her get out of the way.
Man, a celebration.
What a team, man.
Yeah, this is cool. They just continue to do it again.
That's all I had to say, man. I just thought it was awesome.
All right, James, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. 414-677-1250, Nicolay Law talking text line to La Crosse, and we say hello to Otis. Otis, what's going on?
Oh, good to be talking to you again, Tim. Yeah, as far as the big win, I thought this whole series was huge, especially going to Pittsburgh before the All-Star break. Man, what a bummer. And so I'm really glad that they responded. The guys, they were laser focused. They kept their heads up. They didn't break. And I'm just proud of Murph and everybody. You get all the bad news with the pitchers, and it's just like, like the boxers. How many more body shots can you take? take. And, well, that's why I quit gambling on these Brewers. They cost me money against the Phillies last year and the Dodgers. And so I'm enjoying the season a lot better because winning 4 out of 5 in St. Louis, I don't think anybody's seen that come. But thank God, because I hate the Cardinals and I'm more them all. But great series, great win. And I'll hang up and I'll listen to your response. Nice
Thank you, Otis.
You, Tim.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You go back to that road trip heading into the break. You win 2 of 3 in Arizona. You win, as Otis just pointed out there, 4 of the 5 games in St. Louis. That was huge. I mean, that we may look back at that series and say, yeah, wow, 4 of 5. You get swept in Pittsburgh, but the bounce back you just had against the Marlins, and what makes this even more significant is how you didn't lose your control here against 3 really good pitchers. Now think about that when you talk about facing good pitching in the postseason, because you will. To not lose your composure, these 3 pitchers are really good. These starters for the Marlins in this series. Aaron, you know this. These guys are outstanding.
Well, and I think the Marlins, when people hear the Marlins, they think, the Marlins, they've been really good this year. Actually, they've been playing good ball.
Yes.
Before this, they were 52-45 coming into the second half of the season before getting swept, and they were playing really well. They've now lost 6 in a row. So before this
one
6
of,
game,
if not the best record since June 1st,
they were 52-42 before these last 6 games. So this is a really good team. It might not, always click out of the Marlins, but it's not like they just swept the Rockies. The Marlins are a quality baseball team.
They are, and this could be one of the signature series victories that the Brewers have had this year. This will be one of them. But you're right in that some people think, it's the Marlins. That's why it might fly under the radar a little bit. But this is a bigger win than people think in terms of a series. They've beaten the Marlins, 5 of the 6 times they faced them.
Yeah.
That's a great sign. That's a great sign moving forward. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250. Before we get to our next caller, just a little programming announcement here. Coming up a little bit after 5 o'clock, our buddy Pipe Bomb is going to join us. So Pipe Bombers unite! Pipe Bomb will join us after 5.
We've already got some texters in saying Pipe Bomb is welcome here. So people...
Yes. So stick around for that. All right, let's get to Steve. Steve, you're next. What's going on?
Hey, Tim. Tim Allen and Mike North are the 2 greatest sports talkers in my lifetime.
I don't know if I belong in that category of Mike North. I am a fan of Mike North, though, and was a long time listener, going all the way back to when he was on the Monsters of the Midday.
Yeah, with Dan Jiggets.
With Jiggets, yeah, down on it when the score was on 8:20 a.m.
Yeah, daytime only. They had to sign off at sunset.
That's right.
Anyway, you're the best, and but I have one little bone to pick with you, and actually it's more with Murph than it is with you.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he overuses Ashby and Patrick, and come September and October, they're going to have nothing left. And I understand this win tonight philosophy, but what good does it do to win 100 games if you lose in the first round of the playoffs?
To me, it surprised me today that Patrick went another inning. That was a surprise to me. I said it all weekend long here on Patrick. If you're going to convert him to the bullpen, which they have, it seemed yesterday, you look at the inning pitch yesterday, he was gassing 97. I think he ticked 98. Now you look at his velo today in that second inning, wasn't as high. I mean, he got the job done, no question. He was unsung hero today. I would love to see another reliever in here, high leverage, and put Patrick and Ashby to 1 inning stints right around that 5th, 6th, 7th inning range.
Well, I just wish he would give those guys a little bit more rest, and so they have something left in the tank because October is what it's all about.
Yeah, I get it. No, I do get that part of it, but I don't want to look so far into the postseason, which we should keep an eye on. I get it, but not to belabor that point so much that we want to skip over fun like this.
Well, today's a great day. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's a big win. All right. Hey, Steve, thanks for the compliment too. I appreciate that. All right. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Still a lot to get to here. Pat Murphy on the way, Pipe Bomb coming up. And we'll hear what Murph has to say about this one. Talk about credit William. Oh, there's a credit there. I would have pinched hit. Now this shut my mouth. I would have pinch hit for Vaughn in the 6th inning. Because I was telling you, Aaron, while we were while we were getting ready for the show. Second and third, nobody out in the sixth inning. It's a 1-zip game. I kind of like Contreras here, even though it's righty-righty. You're not going the other side. And then, bad luck for Vaughn. It lines into the double play to end the inning. But I would have went with Contreras there. But then that would not have set up, sequencing and how the pitch Fairbanks was attacking the hitters or lack thereof in that ninth inning to set the table for William, who eventually came in to pinch hit for Bowers. So, I mean, that's why Murph is paid what he's paid.
And you were frustrated that he took the first pitch as well.
Look at all the clutch situations William comes up in. He doesn't waste any time. It's going to be go. It's show and go. We're going. All right, who do we want to go to?
What was that? Sorry, Tim.
Who's our next caller? And then we'll take a break.
Yeah, we'll go to Aaron in Appleton.
Aaron, what do you say? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
More important how you are, Aaron.
Ooh, the birthday boy today has a lot of comments.
It's your birthday today?
It is, yes.
Oh, it's Adam McKelvey's birthday today, too. Happy birthday, Adam.
It's also Tim Diller's birthday, too, as well.
That I didn't know. Okay.
Yep. Man, this team is really, really, really special. Can you make trades before the deadline?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You could tonight.
So there's a series coming up versus the Mets. Freddie Peralta pitches tomorrow versus us, versus Mizorowski.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I'm going to predict that after tomorrow night's game, Peralta will be a Brewer this coming series. How about that?
Okay, you might be right. There has been a report out there that the Brewers are the front runner in conversations with the Mets to reacquire Freddie Peralta. However, if I'm Matt Arnold, if I'm going to even pull that deal, it's going to be before he pitches against the Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
It would be before tomorrow, and force the hand of Stearns. If you want, some people look. I'll get to it maybe if I've got time here. I've got a note here on some a national. I think it's USA Today. A little blurb on Freddie Peralta. The Brewers may not want him. I mean, if we consider that, I think it would be a good acquisition.
He's had a down year so far.
Big time.
And then with the other caller that just called, I've talked to Justin about this. I'm really, really on the fence with Ashby, and I'm kind of getting burnt out by Ashby at the moment.
Okay, all right.
I don't want him pitching. I don't want him pitching again as a Brewer.
Oh my goodness! Come on.
He every outing he lets guys on base, and it just it gets me nervous.
Okay, that I'll agree with you. He does make me nervous at times too. He does, and thus the 1.4 WHIP. And that's on average. How many base runners does he allow each inning? That's a base runner and a half almost every inning. That's not a good WHIP. That's not a good metric. All right, Aaron.
I think we need another bullpen arm at least.
Oh, they do. Yes, I agree with you there. Okay, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Aaron. Thank you. But I will disagree with him on he doesn't want to see Ashby pitch again for the Brewers. Well, now let's not go crazy here.
He's got to get to 20 wins first.
That's true.
He came close today. He came close today.
Right there. Grant Anderson with the win.
He had a good inning.
Yeah, he had a great inning. That was huge. Pitching the name of the game just as much as Wild Bill's walk-off. We'll take a break and come back, get your reaction here. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Aaron Morse talking Brewers baseball after a 3-1 walk-off win.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. On the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
We see you guys on hold right there on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Sit tight. We'll get to you. Plenty of time here. We got till 5:30 today. And Pipe Bomb will join us in a little while. We'll get to Pat Murphy, all part of a 3-1 victory. And the insurance run or runs of the game. Are you kidding me? I mean, you got a 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth inning. First of all, let's hear the highlight again because you can't get enough of this.
Another 1-2 pitch. Fly ball left center. It is back. It is gone. Say goodnight, Wild Bill.
Oh, man, levering on the call there, Brewers TV, as you got the game tied, and you put up a couple of insurance runs right there as the Brewers get the 3-1 win. They sweep the Miami Marlins, and that is your G2 Insurance swing of the game, let's call it. Running a business is like a championship run. One bad hit can take you out of the game. G2 Insurance Services specializes in keeping your business and reputation protected. They offer tailored solutions for restaurants, professional liability, and workman's comp that represent top carriers like Erie. To find the best combination of coverage and price, get the defensive line your business deserves. G2 Insurance Services in Brookfield, online at g2ins.com. G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. All right, let's get back to you guys. Nicolay Law Talk and text line. Kenny, you're going to crack one loud one open today. That was huge from Wild Bill.
You better believe it. Hang on.
Yeah.
That right there is a 10 out of 10 cracker. And you know why? You win 3 in a row the way they won. That's outstanding after getting bounced on your last 3. So to come in here and do what they did, there's no way of getting around this. I mean, this is 63, 36 away from the magic number. I mean, the way this team is playing right now.
Is that 63? Was I saying
62?
62, yeah.
62. What they win? 60, 61? Yeah, that's right. 62. Sorry, 62. So we're 30. We're what are we? 37 away from the magic number, and they're easily going to achieve it the way that they're playing. But they still need help. There's no two ways about it. This team still needs help. They are not where they need to be if they're going to play in October and win a World Series. So, and I think GM Arnold definitely knows that. You have to realize that this team, yes, they're playing well. They've got a nice division lead. I don't know what the Cubs are doing right now. If they're winning, losing, I don't know where they're at. But building that lead here, every 10 games now is how you kind of have to put a barometer on what's going on here. About every 10 games. Why? Because once you start to get that 10, 12-game lead, it's insurmountable for a team realistically in your division to catch you.
Right, and they're at 6 now in the division, right.
Yeah, pending what happens with Chicago today. Is there a score on that one, Aaron?
The Cubs
yeah.
won.
Cubs won.
They did win, so it stays at 6 now. And that's a pretty decent chunk of games, but not super comfortable.
It goes back to things that I've been saying throughout the season, and that's just win series. You win the series, you keep winning series, nobody's going to catch you. They're just not going to.
Does it? You mentioned playoffs there, Kenny. Does it make a difference? Maybe a little. It does for me. These 3 Marlins pitchers, Alcantara and Meyer, and then Perez today. Those guys are good. Now again, they're not splashy names. Those guys are decent though, and they took care of business just enough.
But they're 3 outstanding pitchers in the game of baseball. Look at their ERAs.
Yep,
okay?
They've been great.
So this is a great opportunity for these younger guys like Alora and a Pratt to see some really good pitching, and they got to see it. And you know what? For the most part, they stepped up. Pratt struggled a little bit, but you know what? That's going to happen too. The way this team is playing, you just keep building momentum now. That's the key. You keep building momentum. And I'll tell you, just like this show, you got to keep building momentum. As you continue to build more momentum, guess what? Having Aaron now, I think Aaron should be your new show host. You know why?
people actually get to talk. I love it.
All right.
It's a great thing. And I think that's where truly think that's where Uncle James, he wanted to get you to a second part of his point, is just letting the callers talk.
He said I was difficult to work with. I'm not going there, Kenny.
No, he wasn't.
That's what you want to rewind the tape. He asked me if I'm difficult to work with. Aaron, I'll tell you what. You've worked with me a few times. Am I difficult to work with?
Quite the opposite, I would say.
I think I'm fair. I'll challenge you to do jobs. I will challenge you. There's certain requirements, but sure. I mean, I think I'm extremely fair. But now
Tim, you know how I would say that, like, you're easy to work with. We worked on tomorrow morning show. It took us 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, all right, we're good to go.
And we'll do our rundown.
Yeah,
right.
That's how I know that you're easy to work with.
We did our rundown.
Yep.
Now we'll do our prep later on tonight, and then we'll go for it. But yeah, Kenny, you talk about letting people speak. There's 6 callers behind you.
I let them go.
Yeah. 6, just like, let's see, Las Vegas, Kurt. There's Kurt. Kurt, guess what? I just booked my November trip, and I made sure it was after the World Series this time. So there will be no broadcasting from Las Vegas for me during the playoffs.
I was hoping you'd say August, because I'll be out there for a couple of weeks in August, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on. I didn't realize we were this close to the break. If you want to hold on, we'll get you on the other side, all right? Stick around. Ginny and Tonic, we'll get to you, Southside Doobie, the rest of you guys on the other side. Pipe Bomb on the other side as well. It's the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show as we celebrate here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios an appearance from the infamous ex-wife's broom on the other side as well. Might be the crappiest looking broom I've ever seen, but we'll show it to you on the YouTube stream. There's Aaron Morris, Tim Allen. Did I say Morris? I meant Morse as in code. Tim Allen talking Brewers baseball, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show after a big-time 3-1 win. All right, welcome back. A Brewers 3-1 win as you can tune in on your Odyssey app, but we are now local in Milwaukee as we went back to regularly scheduled programming along the network stations, but we're on here in Milwaukee, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan, and free on that Odyssey app. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. And reminder, baseball coverage on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network is always presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. Tim Allen and Aaron Morse, we'll get back to your phone calls. Kurt, thanks for staying with us. The rest of you guys, we'll get to you. We'll rapid fire, and Pipe Bomb is with us in just a couple of minutes here. Kurt, what's going on?
Thanks, Tim. I'm a defense guy. What a team to follow if you love baseball defense. Defensive play of the game, top of the sixth to Rang. There were 2 runners on, 1 out. I'm telling you, Tim, if the roof was closed, he'd have scraped his mitt on the ceiling, going up for that. And I was on the 4th level. I swear, I was looking at him eye for eye. If he doesn't go up and catch that ball, I don't know what we're talking about right now.
And the defense has been good the whole series. I mean, the whole series. Ortiz had a couple of plays. Bryce on what was it, yesterday's game or the other game that he played in this series. I mean, the defense has been outstanding, let alone Garrett Mitchell the other night.
Well, I was about to say, I just got home from today's game. I was at Friday's game, and Mitchell, how much ground he covered to get those 2, and especially the second one. Yeah. What a great team to watch if you're into defense. Thanks, Tim. I'll be listening to you tomorrow morning.
All right, there's Vegas. Kurt, and we'll go to, let's see here, Ginny and Tonic. Ginny, what's happening? Thanks for holding.
Hi, Tim. How are you doing?
More important how you guys are. How was it today?
Awesome. First, I just want to say thank you for being such a nice host. You've been nice to me and entertained my calls every time I call, and I just want to say I appreciate you. But yeah,
you
there with my dad today, as I said I would. 8th row between home plate and Brewers dugout, and my dad was just having the best time. He's like, I didn't know Murphy could smile, as he's greeting the fans before the game, and just like and every time we go, we get a win. If it's me and my dad, we go to 6, 7, 8 games a year. We always win. But after, the 2 wins, you're like, yeah, I can't get greedy, not feeling great about Gasser. And then just to have it end like that, it's just the cherry on the sundae.
Now, you said you were bringing your dad. Those are the best seats he's ever had, right?
That is correct, yes.
I remember because when I grew up going to Old County Stadium, we couldn't afford. I mean, my parents, God bless them, they battled a war zone raising 6 kids. So
sure, you were
when we went,
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of bleachers. It was a lot of upper deck, but when I would sneak down there, and the ushers, I thought I was getting one over on them. No, I was. They were just letting me do it. I know they were. They were just saying,
those were the days.
Yeah, the kid just wants a great. The first time I ever did that, I was probably about 12, 13-ish. And I went down there with my camera. I just froze. You're so close to these guys compared to, being in the upper deck. I forgot about my pictures, and I walked away. I'm like, you didn't take any pictures. You were just like watching the game. It was cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, never count these Brewers out. Thanks, and I'll be listening to you tomorrow, Tim.
You got it. There she is. Rock and roll, Ginny and Tonic. Let's bring in Pipe Bomb. Pipe Bomb, you've been through these wild games, the walk-offs, and all of this, man. This is one of those times, man. Big time win.
Yeah, it was absolutely huge. Like you've said a bunch, how great it is to get those 3 games immediately back that you dropped in Pittsburgh in disgusting fashion. Oh, that is a beat-up old broom there, Timmy.
Worst broom ever.
Wow.
This might be why I divorced the woman.
Yeah, well, that's understandable if she tried cleaning with that. Unreal, that's ugly.
on the YouTube stream, you can watch the show. I've got the this broom is, but you know what? It works, and it's another sweep. So we swept away. There they go. The Marlins are out of town.
Yeah, sweep the fish out of here, and it was great. A lot of great callers today. I took issue with a couple dudes. One who was talking about Murphy and the win tonight mantra. That's out the window. We've got to recognize it that when he comes up with these crazy lineups that we see time and time again, the win tonight is no longer an actual thing that's put in place. Murphy has adjusted. We need to adjust. It's not win tonight every single day because we've seen the pick him out of a hat lineups with this guy. So, that's no shade on Murph. We love him. Look at the record. All he's got to do is point at the win-loss column and say that we're all a bunch of idiots that have problems with his moves. But win tonight is no mas.
They just expect it, though, and that's part of why. Yeah, I mean, it's just they just win. And those of you that want to tune in tomorrow morning on your way to work or whatever, I went back earlier this morning. It was at the computer and went back and I looked at some of the prognosticators, the national analysts, and what they said about the Brewers coming into this season. I think it's a fair time to bring those out. I'll do that tomorrow as Aaron and I will do the morning show tomorrow morning here on the station. So tune in for that. I think you'll be surprised at some of the predictions that were for this team once again this year. Hey, we'll take some calls right along with you, Pipe Bomb, as we get to Pat Murphy here in just a couple of minutes. Aaron, where do you want to go here?
Let's go to Another Thing Johnny. We can go to Another Thing Johnny. He's on the line.
One more thing, Johnny. What do you say? 3-1 Brewers walk off and sweep the Marlins.
What do you guys got for me today, boys?
Light it up, Johnny. Light it up.
Oh, dude, it's Steelers' choice today, Tim and Pipe. Come on, Pipe. You got to get some good metal on for the commercial. How about a little dismembered, a little acid bath, cannibal corpse? What's it?
No, I got the new one. I got the new one for Pipe Bomb, and this is really, really current and relevant. How about that new metal band, Explosive Diarrhea?
Oh, my God. And I heard their new album is called Eat a Lot of Lettuce.
Yeah, from Taco Bell. Go figure.
Oh, my God. Hey, what a great win today. And, Tim, let's not forget, it all comes down to pitching, like you said. I mean, those boys from Miami were tough. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yep.
I don't care if they're not named Brett. That was playoff baseball all weekend. And how about Robert Gaster, the undertone of today's win, giving us 5 innings, you know what I mean, 1-run ball. I mean, hey,
Yep.
What do you think?
No, you're right on it. Max Meyer and Alcantara and today's guy Perez. I mean, those guys are just flat out good. I'd noticed this on Friday night, guys. Pipe, I don't know if you noticed it. It seemed like a playoff feel on Friday night. It really did. Game 1 of this series.
Yeah, coming right out of the break, people talk all the time about how long the baseball season is. I say it's too damn short. Where half our summer's gone. Let's make this, make it a nice round number, 220 games, something like that. Let's extend this season because it's going by too quick. But yeah, man, after that 4-day break, those fans ready to go nuts. And obviously it helps that it's a Friday, so the beers were getting poured, fast and furious and heavy. So you got to love that. But yeah, playoff atmosphere, the crowd, the fans brought it, and Garrett Mitchell has to be this. I know that Contreras was huge with the walk-off today, but Garrett Mitchell's the star of the weekend.
He
boys,
is. Yeah, go ahead,
boys,
Johnny.
I got a few more things because I haven't talked to you guys lately. First of all, I want it understood there's only one god of metal, and that's Pipe Bomb. So everybody raise your beer right now. And Tim, you got to start asking people what the beer count is. I mean, if you're not above 15 like Beer Count Kenny, don't even ask them because we know who the real drinkers are. And Cousin Tim saying he's a professional beer drinker. We haven't heard from him. Have you heard from him lately, Pipe?
No.
No.
No?
All right,
Okay.
Johnny. Thank you. We appreciate it. Okay, you want to get one more in here?
Yeah, we got another
Okay.
caller. Bodie's on the line. Bodie in Waukesha.
Bodie, what do you say?
Hey guys, how are we doing today?
More important how you are.
We're doing great after the Brewers win. Me and a couple of buddies of mine left the Brewer game early the other night on Friday. And I was so mad when they decided to leave. They just started walking. I'm like, where in the world are you going? The top of the order in the ninth. They said, it's too hot. We gotta go home. I'm like, no. And I texted the group chat. I'm like, and this is why I've never left a game early until Friday night.
Oh no, you missed it. I mean, I can't say that I haven't left a game early. Back in the day, I think Sparky and I have left many a game early.
I've left games earlier the later, over the past few years. I never used to, but just, I think sometimes you just kind of have to. Sometimes you're not feeling it. I don't know.
I left the All-Star game in Milwaukee.
Really?
Early. Yeah, the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time, you know what? I was walking in my house when they called it a tie. And I live in Kenosha.
Yeah.
So we went from the park all the way to Kenosha. But all right, Pipe Bomb, stick around. Still more from you. Let's get to Pat Murphy and his comments after an exciting Brewers win.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, first of all, credit to our guys. We hung in and pitched the way we did, defended the way we did, and then we're in the position to do it. And then the big swing by William, you just can't make that up. You know what I mean? That's got to be a guy who knows he can. I hope he gains more and more confidence. This kid is just scratching the surface how good this kid can be. But to come in the game late, which he's a guy that catches every day, so when he gets those off days, he savors them. But I just felt like coming off the All-Star break, even though he had the rigmarole of going to the busyness of the All-Star week, I knew his legs were good, and I could put him in for 2 at-bats. So it was, it was fortunate it happened that way. But credit the pitcher for Miami. I mean, this guy is really, really good. He's pitched good against us before, but he was unbelievable today. And this like 4-pitch mix. It wasn't just 100. It was a 4-pitch mix. You look at the at-bat that Terang had in his last inning. Terang struck out, but you look at that at-bat, it's 11 pitches, I believe, 10 or 11 pitches. That took some gas out of him. He humped up for 101, but that might have been the key to the game to get him out of there. Who knows? But yeah, that was you don't notice those things. And Vaughn hitting the line drive, and we get doubled off there like you should on a contact play. But yeah, didn't look very good for us. And Churio comes up big there, and Terang big at bats at the end, and then what can you say? Wild Bill, pretty special. A lot of contributors today. A lot of contributors. Gary Sanchez getting on base twice, caught a great game. Gasser was great. Chad Patrick and Ashby Anderson. I mean, the pitching, to hold them to 1 run. That's pretty good ball club.
Kind of talked about before about how guys kind of back into the bullpen, you'd be able to keep doing games with what Chad and Grant did. Is that kind of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, Chad's been mostly great all year, in that role, and he's really responded very well. We had some adversity out there today, and it wasn't as sharp, but got it done, and especially the second inning. And Anderson coming in facing the 2 lefties, and getting it done versus them made a huge difference. So,
Mark, what's the communication like with William throughout the game? Does he know at the beginning of the game that he might go in?
No.
Again?
No, he assumes that Gary's going to catch all 9, but he knows that we could use him as a pinch hit, usually not to go in and catch unless we're going to pinch run for Gary. Gary's, going to get pinch run for at the end of the game if we're losing. So he knows he might have to go in and catch. He has. It's not that fun because you're mentally kind of like gone. That was some of the thinking of putting him in the 7th, was that to hit was thinking that he's going to get 2 at bats, not just one. He swung at ball 4 the first time up to lead off that inning, and he's tough on himself. Like I said, he can be tough on others too, and tough to relate to sometimes. But he's a fierce competitor, and I'd like to see him believe in himself a little more. To be honest with you, you guys might be surprised by that, but I'd like to see him believe in himself a little bit more.
So you were playing against the best. You're single there, so
Oh no, William was in the game. I told him at that point, you're going in the game, you're going to get 2 at bats. Hopefully, not necessarily. I mean, it would have been. We'd have to have one guy get on base. Chances are, in 3 innings, you will. But I said you're going to get 2 at bats, and you're going to catch. So I told him right then, because we had already had Pratt and Lara ready to go in those games regardless. So good experience for them too. Young players just in the big leagues get to go into a game like that and play a role. Yeah, he was great. Gasser was great. Gary did a great job with him. He pounded his fastball a lot better. He had better velo with his fastball. Responded really good. So I think that's 3 out of 4 pretty sound outings for him. But his pitch count got up there. His velo started to go in the 5th. Yeah. You always worry about what happened over break. How much did they get out of the rhythm? I know they all threw, but did they get out of the rhythm a little bit? So, did I? Oh, I love the kid. Love the kid. Like elite speed. Like maybe the fastest guy in the game. Is that true? Like one of them? Yeah. But he's never swung the bat like he has. I mean, he looks confident up there. And, he only has 124 bats. He's got 20 steals. He only has 120 some plate appearances. He has 20 steals. Think about that. He gets on base 40% of the time. 40% of the time. So let's say he's been on base 40 times. He's got 20 steals. That's like every other time he's on base. Now you got to remember there might be somebody in front of him on base. So it's like the guy's elite. Yeah. They got a nice team. Young, speed, hungry. Yeah, they got a couple other guys pretty good too. Junk and who else starts for them? You guys can't tell me? Yeah. You're very similar to Mike, not committed to the whole thing.
Well, there he is, Pat Murphy, always digging on someone. Pipe Bomb is with us here, Potawatomi Sportsbook Postgame Show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. So William Contreras, Pipe Bomb, we know you and I are big fans. After next year, then what? I mean, everyone talks about long-term deals for a lot of other players, the latest of which is Garrett Mitchell. But Bryce Terang, I mean, that's been a topic of conversation. You got some of these younger guys in Jackson Churio, and Cooper Pratt, and Luis Lara, and a lot of people are saying sign another prospect long-term. Flying under the radar it's a William Contreras contract that is becoming concerning the more he gets into his career here.
Yeah, it is. I kind of think that we missed the window. The Brewers missed the window with him. I think Wild Bill's going to get big money. He's proven himself to be one of the greatest catchers in all of baseball. Do I wish the Brewers can afford him? Sure, because I have no faith in Jefferson Caro. I've been hearing his name for years now about, oh, he's going to be great, he's going to be great, and it just miraculously we never see him. So I've got no faith in him. I've written him off. So I hope that Wild Bill re-signs here and signs long term, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'll tell you what, if I ever wanted to pay over what he might get on the free agent market here, it would be for William, and not just because of his offense, although he's outstanding. Look at his numbers. Aaron, you've got his numbers to date here, at least offensively.
Yes.
And, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Contreras, yeah, he's got this 1 year left. Right now, he's the 7th highest paid catcher in all of baseball at 9.5. And that's, him negotiating out of arbitration. So
that's right.
He is highly paid right now if you consider the rest of the catchers across the league. But right now, he's hitting 280 with a 751 OPS. That's in 92 games. I'm trying to figure out, I do not think that includes today's home run.
Okay. And again, guys, we wonder why this young starting staff is having the success they are. I'm not going to take away their God-given talent. The Drowens and Gassers and Hendersons and all these guys, Harrisons and even Miz and everybody. It's been outstanding. It's been remarkable. But you got to give credit to, and I know we poke fun at Murphy for credit William, because he always does. But he deserves it, and that's why. I think he handles this staff so appropriately that if this is the way the Brewers organization has to play this game, utilizing a young rotation constantly, cycling through, Burns gets a little bit through his years and outstanding, then you got to let him go or trade him. Same with Freddie Peralta, same with Brandon Woodruff. If you're going to recycle these guys on and on and on, wouldn't you overpay, Pipe Bomb? Wouldn't you overpay William Contreras to continue it?
Yeah, absolutely, because I think that he's also part of the Chris Hook coaching, school. I think that, he helps these guys. He knows what he's doing back there, and he helps make the pitchers better. Yes, there's God-given talent there, but Wild Bill makes them better. And also, he's an absolute bulldog. If you need him to catch a day game after a night game, he'll be the first one to have the gear on and be the first one out on the field.
Yep, and he's sort of a disciplinarian with that young staff. I mean, and you can tell. You watch these Brewer ball games, you can tell when he fires a seed back at someone, he means business. And that's straighten up.
And he plays a ton of games. I was looking, 2024, only Salvador Perez played more games. And I believe Perez was playing doing a lot of DHing that year. I know Contreras DHs a lot too. And last year, the only guys who caught more were Cal Raleigh and Salvador Perez again. So, yeah. And this year it's the same thing. He is right at the top of the leaderboards. He has 92 games now played. That's right there with Hunter Goodman, Carter Jensen, and Salvi Perez for most amongst catchers. So he's been catching the most out of any catchers in baseball.
And he played half a year last year with a broken finger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
And he's got the respect of every single player in that clubhouse. When we were down there at spring training a couple years ago, Timmy, everybody we asked who's the hardest worker in here, without fail, every single person said Contreras.
He is, and I know he uses, we had a mention of Sophia Minert with the language. I won't say barrier because she's been dynamite with that. William is trying so hard. Pipe Bomb, you know that. We interviewed him. And he wants to do these interviews in English. But he's not quite all the way there yet. That, again, he's working hard on the language as well. It's just, I think the Brewers, if I had my decision between Bryce Terang long-term and William Contreras, I don't even think it's close, guys. And I know this shocks some people because Bryce is one hell of a player. one hell of a ball player. He's got it all. He's got speed, glove, bat, barrel, power. He's got it all. But I think William affects this team more than Bryce does.
Oh, what's more important, catcher or second base? I think that plays into it too.
Well, in your farm system, where are they stacked?
Yeah.
You do have a bunch of middle infielders. You're going to play infield for your Milwaukee Brewers moving forward. So that's just wow. William would be the guy, and I would overpay him. I don't know what catcher's money is. Not Juan Soto money, Pipe Bomb. What would you do with Contreras? Would you go 20 a year?
That would be $2.5 million more than the highest catcher right now in Cal
Than the
Raleigh.
highest catcher, right? Catchers are not getting big money in baseball these days when you compare it to the other positions.
You just got to be careful because after last season, Cal Raleigh was awesome, and now you look at him this year, and he's like a completely different player.
Not as right.
Yeah, he went the opposite way. Do I expect that to happen to Contreras? No. I think we saw him at his worst last season because of that finger. Every time it really acted up, he was struggling mightily. But he wasn't struggling enough to sit there and say, yank this guy off the field. What are we doing? He was still productive. So, yeah, man, I've got no problems overpaying him. Whether that means you got to defer a little bit of money. We're still paying Ryan Braun. We could defer some money for Contreras. You got to do what you got to do to keep him.
I agree. And, maybe it's a situation where you look at it this way, where Christian Yelich money is going to come off the books here in a couple of years. Can you overlap at least to save William with a big-term deal? Now, again, the caveat on all of this discussion before we head out, and we're gonna have to skip hearing from Robert Gasser, Aaron. But I think the caveat here would be, they'll overlap, yes, number one, and that's big payroll when it comes to the Milwaukee Brewers. But number two, I've said it before, I don't know what type of, in Pipe Bomb, I know you and I have, I think we have disagreed on this, but I think Wilson may have an impact a little bit, or at least advice for his little brother.
I'm sure he's got advice for him. Obviously, there's no love lost between the beloved and the idiot Contreras brother. So, will he sway him one way or the other? I don't know. I think the dollar signs talk a lot more than, and if anybody knows his brother's a dummy, it'll be William. So, I'm sure, yes, a say will be said, but whether Wild Bill listens, that's a different story.
Very good. Pipe Bomb, thanks for jumping on, man. Big win today. We'll talk again.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Nice to meet you. Keep Timmy on a straight and narrow tomorrow.
I'll try my best.
Yes, tomorrow morning. All right, there's the Polish Pipe Bomb. Jeff Orlowski, after a Brewers 3-1 walk-off win over the Miami Marlins, they sweep them, and they'll go back at it tomorrow. It's Miz on the mound against former Brewer pitcher Freddie Peralta, and that'll be a 6:40 first pitch. And prior to the game, we've got you covered. It's the leadoff show, so that'll get you all the information you need to go into that series, another series. Well, this homestand starts out pretty darn good. 9-gamer starts out 3-0.
Hey, Tim, I got one text to read on the talking text line.
Go ahead.
414 says, hey, guys, what a game. My 3-year-old grandson went to his first game today. He had a blast. Go Brewers.
Oh,
How
nice.
about that?
Hopefully you took a bunch of pictures.
First game, and he's got the Tim Allen game of the year. Maybe retroactively.
Maybe retroactively, yes. We'll find out tomorrow. But, yeah, leadoff show gets you ready for game one, Miz and Peralta. And after the game, we'll be here, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios and on your Odyssey app and in Milwaukee at 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan. All right, for the Polish Pipe Bomb and Aaron Morse. Tomorrow morning, Aaron and I filling in starting at 6 o'clock. A lot of Brewers conversation, among other things. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Big-time Brewers win tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And remember, smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.